Hey everyone, welcome to another video. In this video, I want to go over 5 different places that you can start selling vinyl records today. All of these platforms I've personally sold vinyl records on, and they have a very good sell-through, and certain records sell for a great price. Also, want to add 3 bonus tools at the end that can help you list across all of these platforms so you don't have to list on them each one at a time. Okay, so this website, Discogs, I'm sure some of you have heard of it. This is a great site to list vinyl records that you may think have an extremely high value, because a lot of vinyl records have many different versions from many different record labels. They could be different print runs, which have different category numbers. They were printed in different countries. They have different versions. They're on different, this one has LPs, cassettes, CDs, and it lists all of them here. And then if you go inside of one particular cat number, you'll see there's 190 for sale for $3. Then if you click on how many are for sale, you have 28,000 people have it, 6,300 people want it, and then you can actually see when the last one was sold, what the lowest one sold for, what the highest one sold for, and it's also dependent on the condition. And a lot of people, from my experience here, if you start listing a lot of records on this platform, people will start buying multiple records from you because they like to save on shipping. Next platform is Etsy. So Etsy is a great platform, but the only thing is it's really known for selling handmade items. But you can also sell vintage items on here, and Etsy considers something vintage if it's made over 20 years ago. So this particular record was printed over 20 years ago, and you can sell it on here. And I have personally sold vinyl records on Etsy, along with some vintage video games and things like that. And if you look at a store here, they actually sold 6,200 items in these categories. Right? They have laser discs. They have a lot of vintage vinyl records. Right? And this is a great way to sell your vintage vinyl records. Okay, next platform is Amazon. Now on Amazon, you just got to be careful. It's kind of tricky because, like we said before, there's many different versions of and print runs of these same LPs. So this one was printed in 2016, but if you scroll all the way down, you can get to that old print run. There's one here, but that only has 1 star. It probably doesn't sell very well. Here we go. Here's one, 1982, 45 stars. And as you can see here, there's 79 people trying to sell this. And if we click here, boom, that's around what it's selling for. And you can go and look at the ranks. But yeah, you can sell and ship them into Amazon FBA as well, or you can sell it merchant fulfilled. But this is a great way to sell vinyl records as well. Also, as a tip, if you do send them in Prime, I've been reading a lot of forums, and I have personally sold a lot myself. Sometimes they want bubble wrap. Sometimes they don't care if you send them in loose, and they'll pack them for you. Sometimes they want them in the cardboard sleeves. My best advice would be to send them in the cardboard sleeves. I know they're about 50 cents each, but it'll make sure it's protected. It'll make sure the customer gets it safe, and Amazon will be happy with it and will not reject any or flag any of your shipments that go in. Plus, you can demand a premium price, because if we go to Prime here, the lowest Prime is $22.95, and this is a pretty high ranked. I'm not going to go into ranks right now, but it's double the price of the lowest offer here. Next is eBay. Now eBay, you can see these are selling. They're all selling, $10 to $15, depending on condition. Sometimes some a little less, some a little more. But eBay is a great place. 1,000 sold within the last, or there's 1,000 results for Michael Jackson Thriller LP, and this is, they believe, the last 90 days. So the last 3 months, 1,000 of these sold. So it definitely sells well. A lot of the popular albums, but eBay does really well for vinyl records. And lastly is Mercari. Mercari as well is a lesser known, but kind of an up-and-coming, friendly, kind of anti-business. They don't really have an API or an easy way to really list on this platform other than doing it manually and having somebody help you do it manually, copying and pasting it in here. So there's a couple tools that can help you list on almost all these platforms. Discogs is excluded from pretty much all of them, but if you can figure it out, there are either virtual assistants that can help you, or there's scripts that you can have written to kind of input all the information that you need. But let's just go over a couple of these. So we got Sellbrite, we got Solid Commerce, and there's many other companies that are very similar to these, and then there's something called List Perfectly. We'll go over this last. So Solid Commerce, this is a site where you list your inventory on this site, and then, or in their inventory management system, and they will push it out to all of these platforms. Or you can, let's say, have eBay as your main selling platform, and then if something gets listed on eBay, it gets pushed to Amazon, it gets pushed to Walmart, it gets pushed to Etsy, or wherever you want. It has a bunch of different websites on here. Another one would be Sellbrite, and it's very, very similar. Basically the same thing. You can list on one platform, or you can list within Sellbrite, and it will push it to all the other platforms for you. And lastly, we have List Perfectly here, which is the perfect platform to sell across platforms that you can't list via API. So we got things like Facebook Marketplace, Mercari, and others. And it is definitely worth checking out so that you can list across multiple platforms. The quicker you sell something, the quicker you get the cash for it, the quicker you can reinvest that and purchase even more vinyl records or whatever else you're interested in. As a tip at the end, I would highly recommend whatever you're selling with vinyl records. CDs are still selling, cassette tapes are still selling. There's a lot of things that VHS tapes, a lot of them still sell, and you can sell them on every single one of these platforms. Just look at some of the people who are selling the things and are very successful at it. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and until next time, thanks for watching.